Hello everybody, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev, Sunday nights, Facebook Live. Thank you for coming. It's 7 o'clock, so I'm going to get started right on time. Hi Louise, I see a few people on. Welcome everyone. I got on right at 7, so I'm going to give you a few minutes. Hi Debbie. Hi Carol. Hi Diane. All right, so I had a special request that I show how the folders work. We do have some new friends stamping, so I know you're all very patient with that. We all were beginners at one time, right? Hi Annie. So a lot of us have questions, and you know I love it when you ask me questions. I do not want you to have any Stampin' Up! Product that you don't know how to use or that you're not happy with. So I like it when you ask me to show you something. So I'm going to start off with that after I show you who the winner was for last week's card. Hi Linda, and my hostess code and my little housekeeping things. I am going to work with Hues of Happiness again, simply because of Easter. I started off on a Tuesday, so we're going to get 3 days of Hues of Happiness. I will continue on Tuesday again with Hues of Happiness. Hi Bev, hi Connie. It's a beautiful new set on page 109 of the new catalog. So 3 times using that won't be a chore because I can't stop playing with it. I love everything that has happened to pop up in my brain with it. It's a lot of fun. So let me turn you down to my desk and start with who won last week's card. Okay, let me turn you down. Hi, Connie. I'm not seeing my switch. Where did my switch go? There it is. Okay. Hi, Rita. Welcome. I don't think I've seen your name before. If you're new, welcome, welcome, and I hope you can come back. Hi, Joan. All right, so the winner of last week's card, if you guys remember this card using Hues of Happiness dies and designer series paper, actually the bundle, the stamp set, I made this special fun fold, and everybody seemed to like it a lot. I'm just going to re-show what it's like in case you missed it. If you did miss it, you can go back to last week, Hues of Happiness, on Tuesday, or you can go to YouTube under my name, Beverly Morales, and you can look at it, watch the replay there. Okay, so who won this card? Diana Knapp. Thanks, Carol. I'm glad you like this card. I don't see Diana yet. She's usually here. And I may have her address. I'm not sure. I don't have my book out here with me. But I will check. And if I have it, Diana, I will send this to you. But if I don't have it, if you don't think I have it, please PM me your address so I can mail this card off to you. Okay? All righty. Here is my hostess code for April. Can you believe April's almost a goner? Oh my goodness. What is today? The 24th. Wow. So there it is, right there. And you can shop with me at beverlystamps.stampinup.net and email me with your address if you win something from me or if you have questions. I'd be happy to help you out. Okay. Let me change this pad here. I like to do my lives with a clean slate here. There we go. Hi, Virginia. Hi, sweetie. All right. So I had a question about the folders. So I want to explain how to use a folder with the current cut and emboss machine. Now the Big Shot, the older machine, is a little bit different. It has a platform that has tabs on it. So you have to, depending on the folder, some folders are thicker than other folders, so depending on the folder, depends on the tab you put it on, or no tabs at all. Take all the tabs away and run it through. So it's really just on the old Big Shot, I can't explain it because I don't have one here with all the tabs and all those items. So I'm just going to explain how to use the folder here. And if you have a Big Shot, maybe we can do that in person. Okay. So the folders all open up like this and they close at the top here. And we want to make sure we always run them through our cutting boss machines with either the fold of the folder going in first or going in last. You don't want to run it in sideways because this could run against the side of the machine and eventually cut your folders and have them get ruined. Okay, then you take your cardstock and you place it in your folder just like this, and you make sure it's straight, and then I pinch it tight so it doesn't move around. Hi, Cookie. Then on the Cut and Boss machine, the current one, you just have the number 1 folder, and this is a 3D folder, and I'm using this folder because I know the person that asked about this has this folder, and then number 4. But like I said, on a Big Shot, you would have to use your platform and remove the tabs, and then your acrylic on top. Run it through, pull everything out. And then your paper will be dry embossed with whatever folder you chose to use. Hi, Julia. Okay, so I hope that helps. And again, thank you for asking. Let me put my cut and boss machine back together because I am going to use it tonight. Okay, for die cutting. All right, so what I'm using tonight is the basic white note cards and envelopes, item number 159232. Very, very convenient item to have. And the cards I'm going to show you are fairly simple. I have talked always, those of you who have been with me for years know that my favorite cardstocks, I have 2 of them, are basic white and very vanilla. To me, basic white makes everything clean and nice, and very vanilla makes everything elegant. So if you have these card notes and envelopes, you can make 20 cards. They're a smaller size, but I'm going to show you the card that I'm making. And there's no fuss and muss. You don't have to cut anything with your cutting tool or anything like that. Okay, so that's the paper I'm working with. The other paper I'm working with tonight is the watercolor paper. Hi, Roseanne. It is item number 149612. And I'm going to use the largest rose from the stamp set Happiness Abounds, which is in the Hues of Happiness suite. And I'm using this larger rose tonight. And also to cut out the rose, I'm using the Blossoms Happiness dies, the die that cuts out this rose. Okay, and also the leaves. All right. So I've already stamped my big rose on the watercolor paper in black Memento ink because I do think it takes a little while to dry. You could also stamp this and use I'm going to color in with the blends. You can also use the blends on regular white cardstock, on shimmery white cardstock, and on vanilla cardstock or any color you want, but I really like the way watercolor makes it look. Okay, so those are the 2, the ink I'm using and the paper to stamp on. I'm using Highland Heather or Fresh Freesia light and dark blends. Highland Heather light and dark blends. They do come in a set, so you get both colors when you buy the set. And then I'm throwing in a dark, rich raspberry. I always have my color lifter on hand. And then for the leaves, I'm using dark granny apple green and dark old olive. Now you can use light and dark of old olive or light and dark of granny apple green, but I wanted to show you that you can mix up. You don't have to use the specific pairs if you don't want to. Okay. Anything I left out? Oh, yes, the most important thing. Okay, the tool that makes the magic happen in everything I'm going to show you tonight and on Tuesday is the Simply Score tool. Finally able to see and hear you. Oh, I'm glad. Hi, Rosemary. I'm glad. You've been having not being able to hear me. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I love the Simply Score tool. I've taught you in the past how I use this tool so you don't run out of the little the lines here. Some people say they have a hard time that their stylus, which comes with the Simply Score tool, that it jumps. But I'm going to show you again how I've always shown you how to use this tool successfully. I've always told you for years that I love to make backgrounds and borders with this tool. And I am going to show you something a little bit different today using the same tool because I'm going to be using a note card. So let me pull one of the note cards out of the pack. They're already scored. So all you need is your bone folder. So if you're a beginner or if you're simply in a hurry, hey Yvonne, then the note cards and envelopes you'll love. Okay, so I'm going to do this way. All right, so this is the front. So make sure you open up your card, you know what your front is, and I'm going to put it this way. Yeah, I'm going to put it this way. Okay. So do you want to see the card before I get started? Here's the card. Now, I love using the word friend multiple times on the card, but look how it has the lines, so it keeps me even on the card, and I don't get off too close, too far, and make it not look good, right? So that's what I'm using this tool for right now. And I want to show you just the difference without the lines. Here's one without lines. I did good. I did really good, but I concentrated, and it does go off a little bit in one direction, but it's still pretty. But look at the difference with the lines. You guys like this? I see 3 people that do. And then to prevent the going off either to the left or the right, I stamp 1. Oh, thank you. Stamp 1, and then I move over a little bit, and then back, and then forth, and then back, and then forth, so it looks like an intentional pattern, and you don't have to concentrate so much. Thanks. Okay, so I'm flipping it over so the inside of the card is looking at me. Hi, Sue. That's your next bundle in DSP. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. I agree. You should get that. All right, so I am going to put my thumb where I want to start getting into the track. I want to use the wide ball too. So what I'm doing is I'm going to number 3 here, 3 inches. Can you see that? There's a glare there. Okay, I'm going to 3 inches. I'm not pressing. I'm getting into the track, but I'm not pressing. And then where my thumb is, I'm just guesstimating right here at this point. I'm going to push into the Simply Score tool and make my prominent embossed line. Okay, that was at 3. So now I'm going to go to 2.5. And I'm not going to press. I'm just going to get in the track. Then I'm going to start where my thumb is again. And press down and pull. Press down and pull. So I'm going 3, 2.5, 2, so every ½ inch. Coming down. Now when I get to the other, where the other ones start, push down and pull. Come down lightly. My camera is in the way, so I'm just going to do this. Try to, if you don't have a camera in front of you, it'll be easier. Okay, so come down to the 1. Because I'm not being able to press hard up there, I have to just find it down here. And then half. There we go. Okay, and that's as far as I want to go. Now this one I think I did too close, but let's see what that works out to be. Here we go. So this time the friend is going to be on this side. On this card, the friend was on this side. Okay. Now open this up flat. You always want to stamp flat. I'm taking the word friend from the stamp set and my piercing mat and my black Memento ink. Hi, Joy. Welcome. And I'm going to pull this down. Let me see. My light here. Okay, I'm going to pull this down so I can see. I'm trying to get my friend, the word friend, right on the line that I drew for myself. But I've got to look over the camera. And I'm going to start that way. Press, hold your paper, and lift. Okay. Now I'm going to come here, and I'm going to go this direction a little bit. Look at my embossed line. Stamp, hold, and lift. And just keep doing, oops. Just keep doing that until you get down to the bottom. Take your time. Isn't that fun? Just totally dresses up the card very, very easily. That one I got too close. There. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, now I'm clean off my stamp, and I'm going to use my chamois. Now I'm going to set this aside. Thank you, Sharon. And I'm going to come over to my watercoloring. Okay, so this is the largest rose, like I said at the beginning, in the stamp set. And I'm going to start off, like I always have taught you, with the color lifter. People ask me why I do that all the time, and the true answer is I don't know. I always have. It makes me feel like the paper is a little more moist and takes the blends a little better. Hi, April. Okay. I didn't mention the dark mango melody, but I am going to use that, and I'm going to start off by just putting it in the center for this middle of the flower to be yellow. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my lightest color, and I mentioned that was light fresh freesia. And I'm going to color this whole flower, so I'm using the wide tip, and I'm just coloring, and I am not going to go all the way to the edges of the flower if I can help it, because this does bleed, and it will go out of the lines if you get too much ink too close to the lines, unless you emboss. Thanks for sprinkling, Pam. But I am going very, very quick, so I might get close. I do like to leave some white showing. So where you see that I didn't color in, that's okay. That's intentional. It just adds to the look. And by the time you finish blending all these colors, that might get colored in anyway. And you might need to go back with the lifter. And it's good to think of the lifter as like a bleach pen. And it'll take a lot of color out. Thank you for sprinkling, April. All right, now I call these little areas in the rose my ruffles. So now I'm going to go in with the dark freesia, and I'm going to color in the ruffles. And notice I'm using the bullet point of the marker. The markers are they have two different ends. They have a wide tip and a thin tip. So I'm using the bullet, the thin tip, so I don't get too far out of my ruffles. If I use the wider end, I might get a lot more of this color where I necessarily might not want it. Okay, then I go back. These are called blends. So I go back and I blend that darker freesia in with the lighter freesia. Okay, now I'm going to go to my light Highland Heather, and I'm going to go to the bullet point again, and I'm going to go just outside the ruffles in just various places wherever I think I need some shadow. Very quickly. And you can add as much as you want, as shadowing as you want, or as little. Then I'm going to go back to my light and blend that in too. It'll start looking like something in a little bit. Now, whenever you're using the blends, you want to make sure that your paper is going to be layered on something, because see how it bleeds all the way through the back? So, in other words, you wouldn't want to stamp this right on this card, because when you open it up, you would see this on the back here. Okay. All right. So the dark, and let's see, I want bigger areas. So just choose the brush you want to use, depending on how much of this color you want to get in to your project. Okay, and then back to my light, the freesia. Circular motion, side of the pen. You don't want to work on your tip. You will bend it and fray it. So the side of the marker. Just keep working that in until it blends. Careful when you get to the edges there. Okay, now I think I want it to blend a little bit more, so I'm going to take my bullet, and where I see stark straight lines, I can press harder with the bullet because it's thicker and it won't fray like the other wide tip will. Hi, Elaine. And that just takes away those lines. All right, so now here comes the scary part. This is a really dark, this is rich raspberry, I think I said. Yeah, dark rich raspberry. So let me go to my ruffles again. Remember what I called these my ruffles? And I'm just going to grab some of them and be brave with this dark color. Just give it a little bit more. Okay, so the light freesia again, I'm taking the bullet now because I want to press harder. See how I'm blending those two colors into all the other colors? And like I said, I wouldn't be able to press that hard with this other tip because it's bigger and softer and you would ruin the tip. Okay. Thank you. So you just keep playing with your blends until you get them blended the way you want and get the flower you want. Get the flower looking the way you want is what I should have said. Okay. So I did go outside of the lines a little bit here, so I'm just going to take my lifter. Like I said, it's a bleach pen, and I'm just going to pull that color off, even though I'm going to cut it out. Just wanted to show you. And you want to pull the color off and then put it onto your scrap. Pull it off and put it onto your scrap. And it's like bleach. It takes a minute to work. It's going to look damp, but the color will fade and go away. Now, right here, I have it really dark, so I'm going to do some lifting to get some more highlight here. Hi, Jeanette. See that? Let me just do a long, see this? See how it's getting lighter here? Just bleaching it out. Bring it up in here. And I could play for 20 minutes on this, but you guys are watching, so I'm not going to do that to you. And then my last thing I would do, if you want, is you could take Wink of Stella and make it all shimmery. Have a beautiful flower. Okay, so we're going to take this into our die cutting machine. And I'm going to grab the largest die for the rose and line it up. I don't want it to move, so I always use my Post-it note tape. And then one acrylic. Oh, where's my other acrylic? It's underneath where it doesn't belong. Okay, try this again. Okay. And there we go. Beautiful cutout flower. That you can add to your card. And then this card here is completely flat. So it's no extra postage or anything like that. Let me get my glue. And I have another sample I want to show you tonight using another one of the dies in this set. Okay, so I put glue in the center on the back, and I left the edges up because I still have the leaves to add. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I already watercolored these, so because you guys saw how I watercolor already. And of course, make these roses or these flowers, these roses, any color you'd like at all, whatever blends you have. And you have a very, very pretty card with that little subtle line throughout. Okay, so Tuesday, I showed you how this die worked. So on these note cards, it really looks pretty because it fills up the whole, almost the whole card, the whole center of the card. So what I did was I stamped the leaves with our new in color, was it parakeet? What's it called? Parakeet something. Parakeet Party. And then I put the die on there and ran it through. So the images were in there. And then I watercolored the smaller rose to fit on here for this card. And there's no sentiment there. But I want you to remember to use that die for your envelopes too. Look how pretty it is with the envelope to match. Great wedding card. What set is that, Roseanne? It's on page 109 of the new annual catalog, so it's not available to order yet. You have to wait till May, but that's just around the corner, so you can mark that page. And this is both the dies and the stamp set. Happiness Abounds, and then the Blossoming Happiness dies, which is a bundle. So yes, these are so simple and easy. Now another thing I wanted to show you with the blends, I'm going to show you on this one that I just did. You can take any of your blends and pull off the cap of the white end and take your, let me see, I want to cover up the back. Take your bone folder. Yes, I can show you all the dies, I sure can. Take your bone folder and just smack the heck out of your blend. Let me turn this way so I make sure I'm in camera. So if you've got some anxiety or something, just smack the heck out of your blend. And this is the best. See all the little sprinkles, all the little specks that I just popped out of there? It's better than any machine or equipment that I've ever used before, or a toothbrush or anything like that. So I hope you can see that on camera, and it's that easy. It just takes a couple of smacks and you've got all the little background speckles that you need. Okay, can I show all the dies? Yes. So this is the one I just showed you here. And then the big rose that I just used a minute ago. So it cuts out this one here. And then there is the smaller rose. And that's that die there. And then there's a flower. And there's a different type of flower. And here's the die to cut that one out. This is for the leaves that I just did here. This makes, the card that I used, that I made last week. This here. Let's see if you can see it good. That's the die that does that. Then there's another die. It's like this one, but I put it in the wrong pack, so I have to find it. But this is what it does. I'll hold it up close. See how I weaved ribbon in and out? It makes the little rectangle slots all the way across. So while I'm showing you that, I might as well show you this card. And this was made with the that sparkly paper. This one here that I showed you on Tuesday. It's the In Colors. It's 159246. I stamped on that paper and cut out flowers using this die here, and then weaved the white ribbon through those holes that one die makes, and then the inside. Then there are smaller flowers in the set, these here, so there's a die for those. These two here. So this one, well, the picture's smaller. And then here's another set of leaves where I have the stamp out right here. So this one here, this stamp, there's the glare. This will cut out those. And which one is this? Oh, it's another rose, this one here. So tons of dies. There they are. Thank you for asking. Any other question? Now I'm going to show you one more thing. With the Simply Score tool, I've shown you for years how to use it and to make different borders and frames and different things. So see here how I used the Simply Score tool just to make an outline around, you're welcome, this card. And I haven't finished the card yet, but I've cut out these flowers. This one still needs to be cut out, but it's going to go here. If you can use your imagination with me here for a minute. And then this one. Now this one was actually watercolored with water, not the blends. And then of course I would use some of the leaves here and there in this corner and a little sentiment somewhere here. And look how pretty that card's going to be. And the border really, really makes it look nice. Now, when you come back on Tuesday at 2, I have another gorgeous card made with the same set. I'm using this rose next time though. And then I have another 3D sample to show you. So this stamp set is gorgeous. Remember that there are glossy dots to go with it. And then there's the beautiful designer series paper. But you can see it all on page 109 of the new catalog. Okay. Any other questions? Let me get the sample back here. Here's the one with the friend on the right. Here's the one with friend on the left and the spraying that I did. So there's the difference. Okay, and then here's the fancy envelopes. You're welcome, Roseanne. Thank you. All right, ladies. You have a nice evening. We'll see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.